Hey, what's up? Today I'll be showing you how to connect your LG washing machine to your Wi-Fi so you can control it remotely with your phone and monitor your washing, start a wash cycle, pause a cycle, or even download extra cycles that do not come with your washing machine from the factory. So if you have a LG washing machine or you're thinking of getting one and the one you're looking at looks a bit different to this one, do not worry, because they use the same software, the same concept, and so yours will be covered with this video as well. So the first thing you'd want to do is you want to turn on your washing machine, so power it up, and then when you're looking at it, just get familiar with all the buttons that are there. Today we'll be focusing on two particular buttons. So we've got a button here which is the Wi-Fi button and the remote start button. Let's just move in a bit closer so you guys can see this button. So whenever you look at your washing machine, if you look right here when you have all those controls, you'll have a button there somewhere for remote start and delay and Wi-Fi control. That will be there as well. So the first thing we're going to do if you want to connect it to the Wi-Fi is get your iPhone or Android device and download the ThinQ app, which is what we're going to use to connect it to the internet. So if your washing machine has the ThinQ app, sign on the washing machine. That means that you can connect it to the internet and you can control it. So what you're looking for on your washing machine is this little house with the ThinQ app signal there. If you've got that anywhere on your washing machine, then that means your washing machine can remotely be controlled using the ThinQ app via your Wi-Fi. So we're going to head over to the App Store and type in search. You're going to type in LG ThinQ. There we go. And we're going to go right ahead and download it, which is this one. If you're on Android, you can download the Android one. That way you'll be able to access this app. So we want to be downloading the LG ThinQ app. If you're on the Apple phone, go to the App Store. If you're on Android, you can go onto the Google Play Store. Once you've got that downloaded on there, then we can start the pairing process with your washing machine. Now, obviously, you're going to need a Wi-Fi signal. So you're going to have a Wi-Fi router in your house, and then you'll be able to connect it too. So once you've got that downloaded, just hit open and see what comes up. Notifications, all right. You can select if you want notifications, because those will be useful for letting you know when your washing machine's done washing, and then you can start washing. So that will be pretty handy, I reckon. Then just skip all these other announcements. Then you can sign in with whatever you choose to sign in with. So I'm going to go ahead and use Google, and then it's going to load up your accounts, and then you can use that to get into your account. And it's going to ask you for your password and all that, so just go ahead and enter all that information. So when you open up the ThinQ app, it's going to show you how to add a device, and you're going to go ahead and just go the add button, and then you'll need to select what type of device you're adding. And from this list we can see laundry products, which we are going to connect to, and choose obviously front load washer. If you've got a top load washer, select top load washer, and then it will take you to the next step, which is check if there is a dial on the washer. Yes, there is a dial on the washer. Do you have an LED time display? Yes, we do have one on ours. And then it's gonna tell you to turn on the washing machine. Then you're gonna need to press and hold the Wi-Fi button, which is, as we identified, which is over here on this washer. So you press and hold that, and then you're gonna have that Wi-Fi signal showing up on your washing machine. Sorry for the focus, it's getting a bit confused. with all these signals going around. But that's what you get when it's doing that. Then if it's blinking during the connection process, yes, then you click next on your phone. Then we're going to go to, it's going to need you to go to your Wi-Fi settings to set up the Wi-Fi connection. So head on over to your Wi-Fi settings and select the Wi-Fi network that you're connected to. So it's going to ask you to go to the Wi-Fi settings page of your app, of your phone. So just take note of the Wi-Fi password that it gives you here, which you'll need to enter when you go on to that section of your washing machine, your app. So you just go on to settings, and then on settings select Wi-Fi, and then you'll see LG Smart Laundry come up there. What you want to do is then select that and then enter what it gave you before. Maybe write it down on a piece of paper so that you don't lose it. Otherwise, yeah, you're gonna struggle a bit. And just give it some time to connect. So then when it's done, it's going to ask you to set up which network you want to connect to, and obviously select the network that you use in your house and put in your password. Then it's just going to try to connect. It's registering everything, registering everything. So this time you'd have to be a bit patient as it's making this connection. So maybe make yourself a nice cup of coffee as you wait for this. Good things do take time, and it'll be well worth it when it's done doing this, because then you can save time. So when it's finished connecting, it's going to give you the option to name your washing machine something. I'm just going to leave it as washer, but you can name something, your washing machine, a name that you like Skynet or whatever. But that's about it. Then you can go home, and then it's gonna show you that the washing machine at the moment is in standby mode. So you can actually go into there, and then it's gonna start like optimizing other things, setting it for your settings. So you'll notice here that it's gonna show you your washing machine. It's got your power on, power off, and the wash cycles. So it's got a cotton wash there. And it's a wide medium wash, 2 rinse cycles, extra high spin speed. The temperature is 40-degree wash, and then the time delay is low. So you can obviously adjust all these things that you want because they're preset settings. Down here at the bottom is a very, very important thing. You can see that it says remote start off. So you're not actually able to start it from here if you haven't turned on that setting. To turn on that setting, you'd need to go on to your washing machine and set it to do remote start. So the remote start button will be remote start. So you just press and hold that until it eliminates, and then you'll be able to do remote start. Then if you go back to our app on your phone, just have a look there what options it's now giving you. So you'd notice that that remote start button is, you can now start it from here. That remote start has been replaced by a start button here. So if you want to start a cycle, I can just go start, and then it's going to go please wait, and you can actually hear it. It's already started on the washing machine, which is pretty awesome. If we have a look just over here, you can see it. It's like detecting, looking at how much time it's going to take, and if you actually look at the drum, it's actually turning to measure how much you've put in there, and then it'll be starting to wash in a bit. So that is pretty awesome that you can do that. You can actually also pause the wash cycle from your phone, which is pretty handy. So let's go back onto the app and see how we can pause the cycle. And it's showing you the progress of the wash as well on there. As you can notice, it's showing you that it's a 57-minute wash and it's a cotton wash. It gives you all that information along with any errors that will come up on the washing machine. So just go ahead and maybe pause that cycle so that I can show you guys how much more you can do on this. So obviously this is a cotton cycle. I'm going to go back into our menu so that you guys can see what else we have there that we can use, that we can really select to use this stuff. So For now, it knows that we have that cycle. You can actually pause and add another cycle. So I'm going to choose another cycle. So it's got different cycles here. It's got a woolen wash. If I want to do that, I can do a woolen wash. That's the beauty of this. If you selected the wrong one, you can always select a different one. Silent wash, duck wash. So there's a lot of different washes here that you can select. Cold wash as well. The other thing that I really want to highlight for you guys is the use of what they call a download cycle. So on top of all these cycles, you can actually also download a cycle. So here it says edit. So you can see that cold wash is one of the downloaded cycles. So you can actually download a cycle. So the current download cycle here is a cold wash. You can add another one here. You can do dress shirts, clothes care, rainy season, small load, smart rinse only, or sweat stain. So you can download these and save them onto your app, and then there's no need for you to play around with things like temperature, how many times it rinses, and the spin speed. You're just going to select the one that you want. So I'm going to say maybe do the sweat stain one, and then it's going to download that one. So it's going to download it straight onto the washing machine, which is pretty awesome that we can do that, and it's already on the washing machine ready to start. So that is pretty awesome. What you can do with these connected devices, you can start it up wherever you are in another room. You can start to do a wash cycle. I reckon that is pretty awesome that you can be able to do this with all these gear on the washing machine. So it's pretty easy. If you have any questions or get stuck at any point, let me know. I'll be more than happy to help. What else can this thing do? So looking at the app, there's a whole lot more that you can get to do with this washing machine. So as we said, we can start and pause the cycle, do a time delay as well. So you can actually make it to, say if you're going out and you don't want your clothes staying in there once it's done washing, and then your clothes will start smelling or crease too much just because they've been sitting in there for so long. So you can actually set it to stop washing and finish washing by the time you come back home. So if you're going to work, say you know you'll be back in something like 8 hours, you can say, all right, start washing in 7 hours. So that just as you're walking in, it's finishing washing. So what you do then is you put your clothes in, your washing powder, and then you press start. So it tells you it's on a timer. So it just says, please wait. So it's just gonna take its time, and then in 7 hours it'll start washing. Then by the time you walk into the house, it's finished washing, or it's just finishing washing. And then you can take your clothes out of the washing machine straight into the dryer or straight onto the clothesline, which is pretty handy. So I'm just gonna pause that cycle. The other thing you can do with this app is you can actually also turn the washing machine off remotely. So the only disadvantage to that is you won't be able to remotely turn it on. So if you're ready to turn it off, you can just press turn off, and then you can just turn it off from wherever you are. So maybe you've had an emergency and you forgot that you had the washing machine running. Maybe you don't like the washing machine running when you're not at your house. So this will be pretty handy, and you can turn it off. Other things within this smart ThinQ app is just have a look at connectivity as well. It's got smart diagnosis, which helps you if something is wrong with the washing machine. And then there's a whole lot of things that you can do with this app, which is pretty cool. It's interesting where this thing has come and where it's going with technology, which is gonna be a lot. So you can add things like your dryer if you ever get a dryer, and if you've got a refrigerator, you can also add a fridge to it. A TV you can add to that. So imagine with all your gadgets in your house, you've got them all connected to this, which is pretty fantastic, pretty awesome. So just to recap it, the cycles that you have with this, so I just paused that cycle. So you got all the cotton cycles, the fast cycles, and all that stuff. You can do it from here, which is pretty cool. And you can also set up like energy monitoring, just to see like how when it uses the most energy and when it doesn't. I mean, this could be affected by time of the year and, you know, like the hardness of your water and all that stuff, but not to get much into that stuff. But might be useful if you have solar energy, and you can actually see how much like you've used it every month. And so you can see this one in January, which is 1, and 7 is after June, which you're using it more in February, and you can see it on the graphs as well. So this could be useful for renter homes, or for if you have a holiday home that you rent out, you can always check that to see what is going on with your washing machine. Then the other thing that you can do is you got the smart diagnosis, and then the settings, which of course you can change. You can change the nickname of the washing machine, and the other thing you can do is I think like the maintenance for the washing machine, you can also control that. This was Tub Clean Coach. So it shows you how to run Tub Clean, which is an essential part of cleaning the washing machine. So you can use that to walk you through that process. But as far as it goes, as far as the Smart ThinQ app, connecting it and controlling it through Wi-Fi, that is all you need to do. It's pretty simple and straightforward, not too hard to do. So I do hope you found some value from this video, and then you'd be able to connect your washing machine to the Wi-Fi. If you found some value, gently smash that like button. It does go a long way to help out this channel so that other people can discover this content and help this channel out a lot. The other thing is, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing, as I do post a lot of these videos on not only on how to connect to Wi-Fi and all that, but also on the errors that come up with these washing machines, because you never know what will happen to your washing machine, what breaks down the line. I all cover all those errors that do come up. So it will be handy to have me in your inbox, and then I'll be more than happy to help you out. Even if I haven't covered the topic, I'd be more than happy to do a topic especially for you. Been a treat hanging out with you guys. Till next time, cheers.